you go. This is Emily C., my new bestie.
I hate the idea that someone out there hates me. I even hate thinking that Al-Qaeda hates me. I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me.
This stole the show. Emily C. was phenomenal.
There's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
Look at my baby. Here she is. Emily. 10 out of 10. Huge fan.
I see Emily C says 123. I trust her. She's really good.
Listen, Turtle. You gotta watch your language. I'm already live. So you need to follow the FCC guidelines.
She destroyed, left nothing in her path. It was so good.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, stranger, what's up? I'm doing so much better now that I'm here in a fun, safe environment, and I've not had a Johnny Pop in a couple days. I just realized that.
You guys, I was at Target like an hour ago, and I saw that they have. Did you see? I sent you the picture. They have Johnny Pop like freezer pops, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of their like popsicle stick thing. So good thing I already got my
That's
freezer.
why they have them.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, we can't give somebody another freezer. What can we do? The one freezer already got taken. But yeah, first things first, before we even do anything, number one, I wanted to say, if you are watching this on replay because you are watching Judge Jolene, I get it. I understand. I have always said, oh no, I just typed in the expert and it's not you. How do I find your channel? I have always said that there it is. That Jimmy gets a pass for drama because it brings out the creativity in him. And Judge Jolene, I feel the same way about. It's like, if you're going to be creative and funny and like do drama in a way that like other people aren't, then like you get a drama free pass in my book. Number two, I just put the experts link in the chat. Please go subscribe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Also, it's in the description of every Squirrel School video that we've done together. So if you're watching this and you can't find it, it's in one of those. It will be in this one. This is going to be a short Squirrel School tonight because I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow. I need to drive early in the morning, so I can't be tired. But it's going to be a meaningful one.
That's awesome.
No, a meaningful Squirrel School. Thank you, Mitchell. Hold, please. What would I do without Mitchell?
Hooray, it's time for Squirrel School, the best part of my day.
There's not a hat in the merch store.
Should I add
I don't
one?
wear hats. I have so many of them. I have no idea. And I continue to always get them. I looked today for a hat. I was like,
Meatball just sneezed all over her brand new phone. Go return it. Get a new one.
oh,
Bless
no,
you.
Meatball. Yeah.
Bless
Bless
you.
you. Gesundheit. I don't know what that means, though.
Should I
Gesundheit. My
add
son.
a hat to the merch store?
Well, then I'd have to cover up my hair. And that's only good saving grace about me.
I said, you guys,
like my hair.
Anybody, girls who are like my age in the chat, in our like same demographic, tell me that the expert's hair is not the exact hairstyle of every boy that you had a crush on in 7th grade.
That sounds horrible.
Do you know what I mean? It's not me. It's adorable. But that was the hairstyle. It was like we used to call it the DuckTales. I don't know why we called it DuckTales, but it's like they would go like forward like this. And a little bit before that hairstyle was like the JTT, like flat down, parted like this. So You're at least like past the fourth
Oh.
grade crush.
Wait, hold on. You talking about like River Phoenix? Like, did he have that
Yeah.
hair? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Devin
I've had that
Sawa.
when I was growing my hair long.
Yeah.
And I used to,
But this that you have now.
yeah, when my hair was that length, it was weird because you got to do that to put on
Yeah,
a
baby
hat.
shark hair.
The whole back. And then
He
you
has
could,
great hair.
yeah, I do have
Yeah,
hair.
it was like the JTT Devin Sawa.
Oh,
that other
Jonathan Taylor
boy?
Thomas. That guy. What? Hold on, is that the guy? No, it's the other guy from that show. He's like a billionaire from Bitcoin.
Oh, really? Zach?
Yeah,
Something.
yeah. It's
Zach?
like everybody's like nobody's seen him or anything. And then they show a picture of him, and he looks like look at him now. Former heartthrob, and look at him now. And he just looks like a bum. And he's like, "Yeah, I got into Bitcoin. I'm worth like $900 million." It's like, oh.
Oh, he's in jail, Kelly says.
Well, there was a thing about him getting arrested. He did.
Oh, goodness.
What happened to Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Like he did that spy movie. He was in a spy movie, wasn't he? Parents. Oh, you don't know that. Never mind.
I did watch Home Improvement. I watched like every episode of Home Improvement. That was like my whole family, me, my brother, and my dad would like gather around the TV and watch Home Improvement every night. Also, I wasn't allowed to watch. I also might have a weird relationship with TV.
Were you Kelly the Tool Girl?
I love that. SLPs are the best people on earth. No, I just had a crush on JTT for that show, but there was only like certain shows I was only allowed to watch, like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, Home Improvement, and like Seinfeld and Friends were like the only shows that we ever watched. We also like didn't have cable until they finally moved the Red Sox to cable. So then we had to get cable, which was like not until I was in high school. It's like a whole thing. I've never really been into like TV or movies.
You sound like how my wife is. Like she had her mom was that way. It's like her mom was like you. I'm telling stories I shouldn't be telling.
Yeah.
And she had an old hand-me-down, like original Edison black and white TV in her room. And I'm like,
yeah.
My parents were like, what's the latest video game? Go play a game. Yeah.
Yeah, we never had video games. I had Brad Renfro. That was the other one I couldn't think of.
Love
Brad Renfro was like the bad boy of like that group. And when Devin Sawa in Now and Then says to what's her face, "Can I kiss you?" Christina Ricci, that like changed my life. That like set the bar for boys. I was like, nobody will ever be good enough because of the way he takes a sip of his soda and then says, "Can I kiss you?" And I need somebody in the chat to know what I'm talking about so I don't sound crazy.
No idea, but it remind me of little pickup lines.
It wasn't like monitored my TV. It was just like I wasn't allowed. I don't know. This is like when I was a kid. We had to like do our homework and stuff.
If it's good enough for me growing up, it's good enough for you.
Now and Then is like probably my number one movie. I need to start adding that.
What is Now and Then?
Oh my God, it's the best movie on earth.
No, I thought it was about Kilmer. Van Wilder was. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like there's different vibes. This is why it's hard to pick. Like, what's your favorite movie? It's like there's different vibes. Like this is like nostalgia and like. So this is like four best friends who grew up together in the 60s, get back together 30 years later. And they're having like a reunion and they're like reminiscing on their childhood and they were like growing up during like the Vietnam War and they're like doing like little kid things but think that they're grown up. It's just like, and they do a seance and they think they bring somebody back from the dead and then they make friends with like the homeless man in their town and they realize he's actually not scary and oh my God, it's so good. And when it says that was the day Roberta quit taping her boobs. It's just such a good movie.
Like What?
This is
It's a
not.
Beatles
We
song.
need. Yeah. Also, there's a song in it that's like, now and then you are my friend.
Did it come out like
and
in
say
1995?
good- Sure, that sounds about right.
Were there 4
And it
girls
has,
in it?
yes, Christina Ricci, Devon Sawa, that girl that was in a whole bunch of stuff who played Teeny. I don't know her name.
Teeny. Who's Christina Ricci? How do I know that name? Oh, Demi Moore's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie O'Donnell. There you go.
Oh, yeah, Rosie O'Donnell's in it. Rosie O'Donnell's Chrissy.
Oh, Teeny. That's Melanie Griffith.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But who's the young one? It's Melanie Griffith is the older one, and then who plays the
Ashley
young Teeny?
Ashton Moore. Thora Birch.
Thora
Gabby
Birch. That's
Harrison.
what I was thinking of.
Is Teeny? Oh yeah, Teeny. I guess I could just.
Oh
like, draw
shoot!
the
I have
line.
to turn super chats back on. Thank you.
Why are those
Nita. I turned them off for the Adam Deitch fundraiser. Imagine if I went
You
like
shouldn't do
6
that.
months without realizing that they were off, and nobody ever told me because nobody ever tried to send me a super chat.
That would be. Don't do that. That's awful. Listen, super chats are the best. So here's the thing. I'm gonna complain. This is about all you people up there in that Commonwealth. So like, your people, okay? You're big into like the Venmos and the Cash Apps and all that stuff, and it's like I've never seen anything like it. In the meantime, like super chats, they're like, could you get the when you have like, especially you have like a busy chat or something, or you really want to make a point, so that like people hit those up. And then here's the complaint is I don't because I use my phone for my camera. I'm like, I'm totally lost in the whole thing. I feel like I'm disengaged because there's a lot of people in the chat that want to make a point. Sorry, it's just a thing. Super chats are fun.
Wait, so what was the problem?
Is that the whole culture? Oh, I know. Do you know her name? I know her real name.
Emily?
How do you know that?
Am I supposed to say that?
How'd you know? I was never mind. Well, no, because
I'm going on
Super
family
chats.
vacation tomorrow, so this
Let's-
actually I could go broke and still go on it. My husband still has to work, so we're going to I can say where I'm going because it's like not weird. I'm not by myself. So I'm going to the Berkshires with my parents
Never
rented a
heard of it.
house, and
Those friends of yours?
the criteria was that it needed to have a pool for Carter. So we're going
He doesn't like the
to
pool.
he loves the pool.
Well, the
Tries
other
to
day
drown
you went to the pool the other day and he didn't like it. And you were talking about going to
We
the
went to the
Jewish
lake
pond.
the other day.
Oh, the Jewish one.
Yeah, and Sharon.
Listen, I'm not. See, this is where I get in trouble. Because people think, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, well, that's what Emily said. It was the Jewish pond, and that's because of Proctor. And you know what? That's very exciting to me because I'm thinking to myself, because I live in the South, and we don't have the gift of a lot of Jews, and so we don't have good delis. And I know it sounds horrible when you hear it like out loud, but I love a Jewish deli. It's one of my
Do you
favorite
know what
places in
is
the world.
really annoying? There were a couple of things that Proctor said that if he hadn't also said them in a super, super racist
Creepy way.
they would be right. So like he said something about the Chestnut Hill movie theater and how it's like the best movie theater. And I even said this the other day. Do you remember I said to you, oh, I saw the movie Wicked because I tell you this? I saw the movie Wicked because I wanted to go to the good movie theater. And I was like, I just went to the good movie theater and they give you drinks there and you can kick back. That was the Chestnut Hill movie theater. Now I'm reading Proctor's text and he's like talking about how he can fart at the Chestnut Hill movie theater. He literally said, oh, there's no N words and you can fart in it. And it's like, why'd you have to ruin it? The Chestnut Hill movie theater is the one thing that made me okay with seeing movies. Now Proctor had to ruin it. And Sharon is the thing you love about Sharon is like it's the like super Jewish town and it's like such a nice town. It's like this beautiful landscaped and now it's like, oh, you had to ruin it and go make it racist. Yeah, he called them air biscuits.
You know, never mind. But here's the thing. Like, it's the whole thing's just funny to me because there's going to be that one person out there. And this is how my stupid mind works. It'd be like a Seinfeld skit. It's like there's the one black guy going, "Oh, I could go to an all-white theater and not see anybody I know," or something like that. Yeah. And it's like, and you're sitting there going, like, it sounds so bad to say it, but I would never mean anything bad by that. But it's true. I think everybody, I love it when we can enjoy cultures and just chill out about it. But Proctor, though, he's not.
Now,
he's being upfront.
I almost feel like reading Proctor's texts, like there is a part of me that it kind of happened during the trial too, where it's like once you heard Proctor's text enough times about Karen, it was kind of like you get desensitized to it. And I almost am starting to feel like that with his text now, where it's like it's not even like shocking anymore. It's just like, oh, you're like actually like just gross and boring. And this new batch of texts that just came out and it might also be that I just listened to Grant Smith Ellis read them, and his like naivete of like, he read one that was like, I love a sausage, egg, and cheese sangy. And he's like, what's sangy? I think that's short for sangria, maybe. And I was like, oh, you sweet little soul. So it might just be from that I'm like a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
It might, but as I was listening to them, I was thinking like, what a boring way to live. Like truly, what a like closed off to, like, the world is like such a diverse and vast place for a reason. And like there's so many of us and we're all different and we all have different opinions and we look different and we smell different and we talk different and we sound different and we like different things. And then you're choosing that instead of like looking out to the world and being like, wow, let me see this like beautiful vast place that we live in, like let me just hate everybody.
So he's punching down. He's punching down.
Yeah.
That's it's sad. You know, he's trying to put himself up, and he doesn't realize that he is the people that he's trying to push up. He's below, and you know when you live your life where you don't think that way, and your friends don't think that way. There's a lot of times like you sit there, and this is what's toxic about the environment the last few years about it, trying to politicize everything, is that you sit there and you go, wait a second, like somebody might take offense to that, but like we're all here in a group that nobody would ever have that type of feeling in their heart. And that's the thing it's that black heart, you know, that's the thing that just makes you feel gross. It's that feeling of never being able to put your guard down around somebody.
Yes.
Energy. It's easier to accept and move on. Hate takes a lot of energy. Yeah.
Okay. We need to talk about 2 updates that have been happening like in the
hate's the only thing I was told I could hate.
What? Hate is the only thing
my mom always said, it's not good to hate anything. The only thing you can hate is hate itself.
I like that. Okay, 2 quick updates in the Karen Reed stuff. And then I want to, one of my like favorite things when I was teaching was morning meeting. And I would just like, some days morning meeting would just be like good morning. And like we would do like a name game or like, how are you feeling today? But then sometimes morning meeting would turn into like preachy. And today I have a preachy morning meeting for you. And it has to do with drama, and it's not about specific drama. It's about how we consume drama. And it wasn't inspired by you, to be perfectly honest. It was actually inspired by Jimmy and Kim's members only in the past week. I just haven't had time. No, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that it actually wasn't inspired by you. It was inspired. Well, I'll get to it in a second. Let me do these things first. Number 1. Word on the street. We're going to do 2 word on the streets. We don't know that they're true, but they've been tweeted enough that like they're going to become true because enough people think that they're true. Number 1 is Proctor's deposition was today. And Aiden has tweeted out that he had a panic attack in the middle of it and doesn't know if he was able to finish it. That's number one. Number two, actually, I have three things. Number two is Michael Proctor has been living at his sister's house. Today, it went viral on Twitter that that his sister Courtney's house had a Greg Connor campaign sign on the front lawn. I saw that tweet. Actually, like 47 people sent it to me. And I was like, listen, like AI is so easy these days. Like I really, truly, I don't believe that. I need to go see for myself. So loaded up Carter in the car and we drove over. And I swear the entire way there, I was thinking like, I have a group chat now with Corey Smith, Beningo, and Boozy. And I was like, I'm going to have to message them and be like, you guys, I have bad news. Like that picture was AI. I turned the corner. Nope. There is Greg Connor's campaign sign, clear as day, right in the middle of Courtney's front yard on Michael Proctor's house. And then I went to Target later. I had to go get Carter a life jacket for the pool because I realized there was a deep end. We don't have a life jacket that fits him. I just ran out like an hour ago when I saw the Johnny Pops. And it's like 4 minutes out of my way to go see their house. I was not going to see the sign. I was just going to like scope out, like, is his car there? Like what's going on at the house? And now at 7:30, 4 hours later, the sign is gone after it went viral on Twitter.
How'd that make you feel?
Yes. I saw the dad outside the other day. That made me feel like Greg Connor's campaign called him in a tizzy and said, get that sign off your yard. If we'll kill you, we're not going to pardon you if you don't get that sign off your yard. What the do you think you're doing? Just a guess.
Okay. I like the way you thought of it better than me. Because for me, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, like what if, I don't know, that just seems weird to think of like Twitter and stuff like that having an effect on people's 3D.
Oh, it totally does.
You know? So
I think
know,
especially in this campaign where like people are not that fired up about it except on Twitter. Also, you guys, I had an allergic reaction to something the other day and my whole face like blew up and now I like kind of feel like it's happening again. So if my face blows up again, I'm sorry. It got like it was so I couldn't open. No, yesterday morning I literally couldn't open my eyes. And it's like all like itchy now. It's like really okay. I might be having an allergic reaction again.
It's me. See, told y'all. Told y'all.
Oh, good. Somebody likes the cotton candy ones. Justice for the cotton candy pops.
You didn't like them, though, right?
No, I don't. But like, I didn't want to like influence.
Well, yeah, you told me to try them.
Yeah, because I didn't want.
She doesn't like them, so you told me to get them.
No, because that's the thing. Is just because I don't like something like Nefarious Shenanigans does, and I like that. That's what I want.
I was told.
But yeah, it really. Hold on, I'll show you. Let me send these to myself. Okay. Also, I like
how many giant pops is Carter allowed to have a day?
Well, okay. Can I tell you guys the secret? Is that recently, all of a sudden, he's like not into Johnny Pops anymore. Ever since we got the freezer.
Because he is Johnny Pop now.
I think I was like pushing them.
That's his new
now
nickname, Johnny Pop. I'm gonna start calling him Johnny Pop.
Yeah,
I don't talk to him.
Like
I don't talk to him or anything.
You can talk. You can talk about him.
Yeah.
He likes these push pops from Big Y that taste like. Do you remember? Speaking of the 90s, do you remember Juicy Fruit gum with the giraffe on it in the yellow container? Like the yellow packages.
Fruit Stripes, wasn't it? That's Fruit
Stripes. That's what it's called. What did I say?
No. Did you like Fruit Stripes?
Fruit Stripes.
Did we just
no,
best
I
friends?
didn't really like Fruit Stripes to be honest. But I didn't. The only reason why I didn't like it is because when you chewed it for 1 second and then the flavor went away.
Killer.
No, but it was like I liked the flavor. I didn't like the gum. The gum was gross. The push pops that he liked. Yeah, see. Fruit Stripes was good for like 2 minutes, less than that.
Yeah, a
Like,
great 2 minutes,
would
better
be
than
good.
2 minutes
10
I've
seconds. So
Yeah, well,
these
that's a
pops,
good 10
these
seconds.
push pops taste like the Fruit Stripes gum. What was Juicy Fruit? Was that a gum?
That's what, like, everybody's mom had Juicy Fruit in the bottom of their purse. That or Big
Juicy
Red.
Fruit. Like, why is that what came into my head, but that's not what I meant, and you knew what I meant. Anyways, here, I got to show you guys now.
Squirrels.
Okay, so here we are at 3:34. Being a creep. And then hold on.
That looks like my front yard, except with pumpkins.
Oops,
No.
I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so there we are at 3:34, and then here we are at 7:34. 3:34.
Oh.
7:34.
So the signs are on the right.
3:34. 7:34.
It's that dark.
3:34. 7:34. This is where it's light out. Where'd your sign go? Where'd your sign go? I thought you loved Greg Connor so much. Also, now I need to look up Juicy Fruit.
Chemicals.
Oh, yeah,
from
no,
lawns
Juicy
and
Fruit, they
vehicles.
like still make. Fruit Stripes, they
Yeah.
don't make anymore. Okay. So that
They
was
don't?
one thing.
Do you ever have candy cigarettes? Mm.
The lawn looks like crap because Michael Proctor lives there. Half the lawn is dead because Michael Proctor moved in. Okay, let's find out what the new push pops are called. They're literally just called like Big Y brand, I think. Big Y push pops. Maybe not
I
though.
love it.
They're
here
like
so
the
much.
generic
Oh, yeah. I can do this every night.
push pops popsicle. Okay, while I'm looking that up, the second thing I want to talk about that somebody just brought up. Oh yeah, they're literally called like Popsicle brand. Wait, hold on.
Popsicle's the best brand. That's why they're called popsicles. Like, nobody gets a cotton
can't-
swab. You get Q-tips because
Yeah.
cotton swabs they poke holes in your eardrums.
But I
Cotton
can't
swabs
find the
do.
actual ones. Hold on. I'll look for it in a sec. Okay. The third thing is that there is a man in Canton whose name is James Sullivan. And James Sullivan was friends with John O'Keefe. And James Sullivan was at CF McCarthy's the night of January 28th, 2022, hanging out with John. And the police took a statement from him the next day. Or not the next day. They took a statement from him at some point. I actually don't have the report. This is less informed than my like normal reporting because this week has been crazy. But basically,
Only one reporter on YouTube.
in the report, the Proctor and Yuri wrote that James Sullivan said that Karen was toasted. And apparently now, James Sullivan is finally speaking out and saying, I never said what it says in that report. And I met with Adam Lally and I told him that I never said what was in that report before the first trial. And Adam Lally just chose to not call him. Instead of being like, wait, so the investigators lied in this report? Like, you didn't actually say that. He just said like, okay, thanks. Nice knowing you. And then he left. And apparently, Chris Albert said something to James Sullivan at one point, like, hey, like, I didn't know that you were at CF McCarthy's that night. And James Sullivan was like, what do you mean? Like, how did you know that I was there? And Chris Albert was like, oh, because your like police report is public or something like that. And James Sullivan was like, no, it's not. And it turns out Chris Albert knew that James Sullivan was at CF McCarthy's because Proctor told him.
Yeah, so that just came out like last week, right?
Yeah, it's like coming out.
Like
It's
I
in
was
the
so
process.
confused by that whole thing. And so Y'all in the chat, I promise you, if I see something that I don't understand or something's new, I don't go into it. I don't do my own thing
But I
because
told you at this point you can.
I know that, but I feel like I'd be cheating the chat because they came here. I mean, listen, I had no idea, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, I love seeing this through fresh eyes and stuff." And that's how
Yeah, that's true.
you want a show? I'll give you. I will. All it is me not having to do something, me not having to read. Oh, shocking! Please don't take that
Are
away
you gonna
from me.
watch Big Brother with fresh eyes?
I might. Have you ever seen that? I hear it's big.
Okay,
in Britain.
so I've watched one season of Big Brother, and it was in 2021, right after Carter was born during COVID. It was like I couldn't leave the house. I had a baby. I had like all the hours on earth to kill. I got so into it. I subscribed to the live cams. Guys, the live cams are crazy. So Carter would like wake up at 2:00 in the morning to like, because he's baby. And
Emily's the only mother going, yes, he woke me up at 2 a.m. What's happening?
Wait, and I would go on the live. People were having sex on the live cam.
What? They were what?
Crazy. Doing the nasty on the live cam. I opened it up and I was like, oh my God. I swear to God, I'm not lying.
Those are different type of
somebody who watched in 2021, please tell me the season that had the cookout. There was the guy with the hair and the girl who was skinny.
They still have those type of live cams. Don't subscribe.
Yeah. No. On Big Brother, they were on a pool floaty. They were in
they'll do anything you ask.
They were in the whatever the reject room is called, like where you go to the timeout room where you're bad and you have to eat slop.
The dungeon.
No, it has a name. Well, I loved it. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm hooked on Big Brother. Yeah, the have-nots. Yeah, they were doing it on pool floats and the have-nots. And what were their names? But so I got so into it. I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this show. I'm going to watch every season. And then I've never watched another episode since. Because it's a really, really big commitment. It's like not something that you can just like tune in and be like, oh, like what's going on this week? It's like you have to know all the things and like things happen on the live cams that don't happen on the show. So it's like if you don't watch, this is Big Brother. So if you don't watch like the show, I mean, if you don't watch the live cams, then you like miss things on the show. Anyways, so that's not what
it went from the pool floats. How did that cross over to the show that you missed? That you'd be afraid.
They have pool floaties that they had to sleep on in the have-not room where they're in timeout. That's the only season I've ever watched.
Mattress?
No, it's not worth. It's too big of an investment. It's like it really is like an entire. You have to like devote half of your life to it. It was the perfect time during like a global pandemic when I had a baby and couldn't leave the house. Yeah, it's like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and all the time. And then sometimes I would like finally tune in and be like, okay, I can like watch. And then I would like watch the Sunday show and it was just like repeats of everything that I saw on the live cam. So then it wasn't even fun. Anyways, that's not even.
Have you ever been camping?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love camping. So my dad and I used to go camping every summer. We did like a whole backpacking trip in Baxter State Park in like northern Maine, like 8 hours up in Maine.
Did you ever see Bigfoot? I mean, that's like Canada, isn't it?
Yeah. No.
Wait, you can drive in Maine for 8 hours?
Mm-hmm. So, and like Baxter State Park is huge. So that we could go to like the more southern part and it would be like a 5-hour drive, but like a shorter hike. But then we'd go to like the 8-hour drive. Maybe it was 6-hour drive, but then it was like an 8-mile hike. It was called Wasataquick Stream. And I loved it.
I can't keep up with all these things that I don't know about that you've done. Baxter State Park.
I'm gonna show you a picture.
Well, I just wrote it down so I could pull it up later. Tiger King. Oh, did you watch Tiger King?
Yeah. That was the part. That was the time in COVID when it was like, what was her face? Killed her husband, whacked him. Did it? Did she do? It didn't happen.
Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskins.
I hate that bitch, Carol Baskins.
Killed her husband.
Did you ever see OJ? OJ got on Twitter and he did like a video thing. He's on the golf course. He's like, "Hey, yo," he's like, "That Carol Baskins, she should shoot her husband." But that stuff you white people watch is crazy. That's what OJ said.
Like
I was like, "That's the greatest thing ever."
That was like the one thing that like brought all of America together. It was like we were all just stuck at home watching that one dumb show.
Oh man, he was awesome, Tiger King. That's I think I just realized there's some people I know that need to take up the Tiger King style of dressing. I mean, he had the fancy clothes.
Oh man, wait. I wanted to just pull this up, but I can't because internet creeps and my last name.
What?
Well, imagine you're looking at backpacking pictures right now. Hold on, I'll just save some. Okay.
How do you have stuff so organized? Like someone asked you on Twitter like a week or so ago about if you've ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And you put up a thing about you were like you went to Disneyland and got on the ride, and they were like, "Oh, well, did you at least like it?" And then you pull up your review of the ride. I don't know if I've ever even made a review of something. I sure couldn't tell you where it was.
Just a Facebook post.
That looked like a professional. That's like a Google review. Like, did you get paid for your reviews? That's what it looks like.
No, it was on Facebook. Okay, wait. Here's a
Why
picture.
didn't you like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Because it was a movie. Movies are boring. This is why you go to northern Maine.
To find
Look how
Bigfoot?
freaking pretty that is. That's where I would like take a bath in the morning.
That's where you go to the bathroom. What?
Mm-hmm. No, where I'd take a bath.
Oh,
and then
in
this
that
is
water?
what. So, yeah,
Hold on,
so
wait,
that's
go
my
back,
dad
go
and
back,
my
go back, go
brother.
back. Well, you gotta go back. What's that big hole in the mountain?
Might be a shadow.
Ooh. I think it's a hole, and I think that's where trolls live. Not trolls, what are those things? Gimlis?
So this is what we would do. We would pack. I'm wearing like a 70-pound backpack, and we would pack like freeze-dried food and like all
like your
books
military
and stuff. Yeah, and then we would go hike in like, oh wait, here you can see the whole backpack. And then we'd hike in like 8 miles, and we'd stay there for like 5 days.
Yeah, if I hiked 8 miles with 70 pounds on my back, first it'd take me 5 days to get there.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was really fun though. 10 out of 10.
That was a humble way to show off those calves.
This is also in like 2015 when I had time to devote to myself and exercising and all the things that I don't have time for now.
Calves.
Don't
skip leg day.
Okay.
It'd take me 5 days to load the car.
Okay.
Facts.
Moving
I'm not in
a
rush to do things, if that ever tells you. Yes, ma'am.
We're going to get to Juston Root eventually. But I really, okay. I want to talk about drama first, but not in a dramatic way. And I have notes
It's
and
all
everything.
Ballstorm's fault.
We're going to change our focus now to reframing the narrative. Okay. This is, and like I said, this is actually not about like creator. I want to make this really clear. What I am addressing right now has to do with like consuming drama as like the us on YouTube, like taking it in. So like not the creator side of things. So like less for you and what you've been going through, but more on like how people are receiving it. And I thought of this after watching Jimmy did a show and Kim did a show, like talking about how like the like public consumption of drama was like impacting them. And I have a clip from Jimmy's that kind of inspired what I want to talk about. Okay, here.
I cry. I'm a human being. I cry. And you know what? Maybe like because I do it like in like the dark secret of like the biggest closet I can find in the corner and don't want anyone knowing. That's probably why I feel like it's irritating for other people, because I'm like, I'm trying to hide it. Why isn't everyone else trying to hide it? And it's like, well, Jimmy, maybe not everyone tries to hide it like you do, you know? So it's like we put our own personal experience into whatever we view, whatever you consume, whatever you see, whatever you take in, you relate to it through what you've been through. So we all feel differently about the same. It could be one of like situations that is the same for everyone, but we all feel very differently about it.
Okay. And the reason why that stood out to me is because I think that there's a lot of like people receiving the information that's coming into them and then giving it back to the creator in a way that like they didn't intend for it to be received. So people are saying like, you shouldn't have done this or you should have done that. And there actually is a like tenet in or like a, what do you call it? Like a theory in psychology, I guess, that applies to this. And I want to talk about it because this is something that I've thought about for a while that actually like helped me kind of like fend off the trolls, and to see that like what they were saying to me was much more of a projection of themselves than it is about me. But I'm realizing now that this is something that like we can let me read this first and then I'll explain where I'm going with this. So it's called the theory of mind, and this is what it is. Theory of mind is typically defined as the ability to understand the thoughts, beliefs, desires, and emotions of other people. This understanding allows individuals to predict how others will feel, act, and think in a given situation. The ability arises from a, quote, body of conceptual knowledge that underlies access to both one's own and others' mental states. Theory of mind is a foundational mechanism for navigating social situations. To successfully interact with other people, an individual must have some idea of what they're thinking and that other people may think about or perceive a situation differently. This ability is called a theory because it is impossible to truly know the inner world of another person. We observe them and generate ideas or explanations for their ideation or behavior, but these are ultimately hypotheses. Scientific interest in theory of mind is relatively recent. Most work on the topic has come in the last 50 to 60 years, and the research and understanding of it remains ongoing. Why theory of mind is important. The ability to infer what someone else is thinking or feeling is a foundation for building and maintaining relationships, communicating clearly, and working together effectively. Social interactions are complicated. Those who are socially skilled often have a higher capacity for theory of mind, while those with a lower capacity may have more difficulty relating to others. Nevertheless, everyone misreads the thoughts and feelings of others from time to time. Misunderstandings are a part of life. Now, why do I say all of this? And I'm going to stop there for now with that. Why do I say all of this? I say all of that because I think a lot of people online look at drama and feel the need to like take a side and then advocate for that side. The same way that we do with like a court case, the same way we would do with like a sports team. But the problem with that is that everybody's coming into these situations interpreting it differently on their own. So what starts as like these two people are disagreeing, now these four people are disagreeing, but now these 7 people on each side have now misinterpreted what these people are talking about, or they're putting their own spin on it and they're doing X, Y, and Z. The bottom line, and what I want to posit to everybody, that what you can do instead is to look at the drama and then control the one person that you can control, which is yourself. And instead of feeling like you need to weigh in or pick a side or join a side, you can look at both of the sides. You can look at all 7 of the sides, and you can think to yourself, what qualities in this person are making me feel like a negative way? And then reflect on yourself. Do I have any of those negative qualities that I don't like in this person? And then you can change them in yourself. So when you see somebody doing something that you don't like, and instead of calling them out on it and making a big stink about like, I didn't like that, Kim said X, Y, and Z, I didn't like that so-and-so said X, Y, and Z, and I only use Kim as an example because I think she's perfect. So please don't misunderstand that. I say all of this to say we could all actually work together to make the world a better place by bettering ourselves instead of bringing other people down. And I mean that for like all the parties involved. If yeah, if you see something that you don't like somebody else doing, and then you say it out loud, and then that person sees it, and then they feel bad about it, and then, or you could just be like, I know, or you could just be like, hey, I didn't like that person didn't like keep a secret between their friends. Now I'm going to try better to keep my friends' secrets. I don't know. You can also just take what's happening in the online world and just bring it to your real life, and just like make it just feels like everything is putting a lot of and that is why I also said I really like the way Judge Jolene does it, because if you're going to bring it to the world in a way that like if you leave feeling better, then great, keep it up. But if you're not feeling like when I said that I was going to talk about drama and you said, oh no, am I in trouble? That's like your body is telling you like, I don't want to do this anymore. So then like, don't. And instead just use this to like better your own life.
I love that. It's true. It's facts. And it's what I've always tried to believe in. The mirror effect. That's the thing that I'm learning about personally, is I forget that my mirrors, they show a opposite reflection of what I look like. Some people's mirrors are like funhouse mirrors. And so they see them as not a true reflection of who they are. And that's the thing that both things, like, it goes by my very first thing learning on social media is don't feed the trolls. And people love to feed the trolls, just love it. And it's a two-way street, you know. Trolls, they also feed the person that's talking, and the person that's talking goes back and feeds them. People love it. They love getting into fights. People love Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, Sally Jesse Raphael, whoever that is. Somebody told me about that the other day. She has glasses, so I know. But it's a fault in humans. It's you ever read the book? I can't think of it now. As soon as I said it.
But like, do they actually love
Have you ever
it?
seen
The what?
Lord of the Flies?
Yeah.
You read that? You remember Piggy?
Piggy's
He didn't do anything
glasses.
wrong. Yeah. And they look at how he ended up. And all he wanted was a better society. He wanted everybody to get along.
Well, that would be me. And then I'll get crushed by a rock.
Anyway.
Um,
Because good people have good people around them. And that's the best thing in the world.
I just think
I never did
you
either.
say like, oh, everybody likes them. It's a fault in humans, but do they all like? I don't know.
People
Just
can find
something to
themselves
think
caught
about.
up
Like,
in it.
so this is the Mel Robbins let them theory ties into the next thing I want to show you, and this has to do a little bit more with the trolls. I have like a 10-minute video I want us to watch. It is a commencement speech that somebody whose name I don't have off the top of my head. I think it starts, it will say his name in the video. He just gave this speech at the Harvard graduation, and I think it is a good one for all of us to learn from. We're going to watch this, and then we're going to talk about Juston Root. Okay, are you ready?
My life begins with something that could be the start of a joke. And it goes like this. A Christian, a Muslim, and a Jew
Walk into a bar.
walk into a bar. I know historically the setup is a little bit dicey, but this time was a little bit different. This time, the Christian married the Muslim, and they had a daughter. That daughter grew up Christian until she met the Jew, converted to Judaism, married the Jew, and had a son. 22 years later, that son is standing here with all of you graduating from Harvard University. I am a proud Jew. I'm also the proud grandson of a Christian and the proud grandson of a Muslim. But that isn't a contradiction in any sense of the word. It's proof of a concept, and that concept is what I want to talk to you all about today, because my family taught me something I think this world could really use right now, which is that the counter to division isn't necessarily agreement, it's understanding. Our world today, all the way from the global stage to right here at Harvard, has been split into two sides. There are two sides to every story, of course, only two sides. Two sides to every conflict, argument, disagreement. Good and bad. Give and take. Right and left. Progressive and conservative. Capitalist and communist.
I hate to do this, but I think I have to stop at some points just to talk so that it's free use, fair use. This isn't so much you don't need tissues for this one, I don't think. I mean, you might, but it's more.
I interrupted my commencement speech.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
Okay, there. Fair use.
Communists, oppressor and oppressed, rich and poor, US and China, US and Russia, Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Palestine, Israel and Iran, US and Iran, US and Israel and Iran. All in binaries. At least they're presented to us in terms of binaries. Here's this issue. What do you think? What side are you on? Come on, where do you stand? Who do you stand with? In my family, well, my family wouldn't exist with that kind of approach. My grandfather's one, a Pakistani Muslim who grew up in the middle of the Indo-Pakistani War of 1947. The other, a Jewish refugee of the Holocaust, met many times over the course of their lives. As you might imagine, they disagreed on a great many things. And yet, one of the main memories I have of them growing up was seeing them sitting together at a coffee table, discussing everything under the sun. And when they weren't in close proximity, I remember hearing their voices over the phone as they called my parents, always remembering at the end of each call to ask about the other, how they were doing, what were they up to. Of course, there are
Just fair use, fair use, fair use. I think this is what I would tell my students is while you're watching this, expert or anybody, to think about how you can apply this to anything that might be different in your life right now, that might be presenting differently, like arguments and drama.
many differences that they never resolved. But still, they acknowledged each other, they cared for each other, they stayed in contact, and they debated with each other. Their vast disparity in life experience, viewpoints, ideology, faith, and beliefs. A point of contention, yes, but not a point of division. And yet, somewhere in between their generation and ours, something in the conversation shifted. The debates got louder, the noise got louder, the listening stopped, it got harder. On the news, on your timeline, at the dinner table, people speaking without listening, people arguing, having already decided their own allegiances, people debating not to listen, understand, or to learn, but to win, to humiliate, to be right. And somewhere along the way, the person sitting across the table stopped being a person and became an obstacle. Now, some would say that there are in fact people in this world for whom understanding is neither owed nor even worth the attempt. People whose very irredeemable actions or beliefs place them beyond the reach of dialogue. People who indeed have become nothing more than obstacles to the greater good. And maybe that's true. Well, my grandfathers survived the atrocities of war and worse, and they knew better than anyone that people can do monstrous things. They also knew the most terrifying fact of all, which is that the people's doing those monstrous things.
This guy's name is Noah Eckstein, and he is a graduating student from Harvard. This is the Harvard commencement English school or something. The queen is here. Everybody bow down. And yes, the sound of silence too. Okay, fair use, fair use, fair use. Continue, Mr. Eckstein.
They were human. Not forgivable, not necessarily redeemable, but human. Terrifyingly so. And it's precisely because of that human capacity that understanding them mattered. Dialogue still mattered. Not necessarily dialogue in the sense of extending grace or providing a platform, but again, understanding. Asking, how did they get to this point? How did they reach this conclusion? Why do they believe this? Asking these questions in this context holds a light up to the darkest parts of what it means to be human. And as such, we have to grapple with them. But such questions, necessary questions, important questions, are not only reserved for the darkest parts of human history. If such questions of understanding, why do they believe this? If such questions of understanding matter that much at that extreme of humanity, how much more do they matter for the people sitting around you right now? For that family member at Thanksgiving that you stop bringing certain topics up around. For that person on the internet that says things from a viewpoint that seems kind of unimaginable sometimes. For that student in section that you smiled at once and said, interesting point, and then went back to your dorm and complained about to your roommate. Or for that one friend that you started to phase out because they said some things once that just didn't sit quite right with you. Take about 8 billion of those people, put them together, and you get our world. Many of us who come to Harvard have dreams of changing the world, of leaving an impact. But you cannot change a world that you refuse to understand, to talk to. You cannot convince someone of something if you do not understand them first. Peace.
Okay, fairies. To answer your questions about who this is, Noah Eckstein is the senior English orator. And the little blurb about him says, some people wear many different hats. Noah Eckstein has a metaphorical closet of them. An undergraduate physics concentrator, Eckstein is working on a concurrent Harvard master's degree in theoretical physics and will continue his graduate work in the fall. Additionally, he is a student in the dual degree program between Harvard and the Berklee College of Music, taking courses in scoring for film, TV, and video games, and continuing his lifelong training as a guitarist. Thanks to his musical background, Eckstein has plenty of experience in front of crowds. Until now, though, he's never given a speech, much less one in front of 30,000 people. I've never done any public speaking, he says. I've been playing guitar since I was 5 years old, and I've performed a ton, so I know how to deal with the nerves, but this is a different game. And then it talks about what he's talking about in the speech, and that's it. Now back to his very smart and powerful words.
Through understanding can survive conflict, while peace through agreement lasts only as long as everyone keeps agreeing. In most cases, understanding is difficult. Sometimes you have to fight for it. Sometimes you have to fight yourself and your own beliefs first before you can truly achieve it. It takes effort. My grandfathers knew that, but they chose to try anyway. So, as we all go out into an increasingly troubled world and divided world, I want to leave you all with one simple practice. Whenever you meet someone you disagree with, state your case, yes. Stand up for what you believe in, absolutely. But also, ask the other person about their beliefs. Ask them how they got there. Place yourself in their shoes and ask, why do I believe this? Listen like you might be wrong. That's
the line that I love so much. Listen like you might be wrong. Just to understand somebody else's point of view. And you might be right. And you listen and you take in the other person's perspective as if you are wrong, just to get their perspective and to understand the way that somebody else is seeing the world, because they're seeing it differently than you. And that's a good thing, because we're not Michael Proctor and we don't just hate people because they're different than us.
Weakness or betrayal of your own ideals. That is the hardest and most important thing you can do in a world that is constantly telling you, pick a side. I told you my life begins like a joke. Well, my Muslim grandfather was buried facing Mecca. My Jewish grandfather was buried in accordance with Jewish law. My Christian grandmother was buried with the cross. In a way, the punchline never really came. There was no resolution to the setup. They were all very stubborn, and they held on to their own ideals and traditions until the very end. But still, they respected each other, they chose each other, and at the end of the day, they were proud to be of one family. Look around you right now. Look at the people around you. The person to your right, the person to your left. You're sitting now amongst people of every belief and
Also, that was so cute because these are all like Harvard students who are all great at following directions. He said, look around to your right and to your left, and they were all like, that was really adorable.
every background. A family that we have built over the years here at Harvard. Do we agree on everything? Ask the section kid. Will we ever agree on everything? Certainly not. The world beyond these walls, it has all the same disagreements, the same differences of opinion, the same divisions that we have. But I urge you, see the people in your class for who they are as people. Fight to understand them and their beliefs just as much as you stand up and fight for your own. And after you walk through the gates of this yard for the first time as Harvard graduates, do the same for the people of our world. Because in a time this
Okay, that lady in the gray hat has a good hat, but what about these two ladies in the back that we just saw when they panned out? Look at that.
Oh, I love the
Queen
those.
Elizabeth hats.
It's like the Kentucky Derby. It's
Zach
like,
knows her name too.
oh,
Yeah, it's like the Kentucky Derby. Harvard. Who knew Harvard graduation was so fashionable?
and they have roses, so they got to be
this
part of
divided,
something. They're part of the
understanding
Skull and Bones.
and a genuine willingness to look a little bit deeper is how those divisions start to heal. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 26.
Okay, so with that, let it sink in. And now we're going to change our focus to talk about Juston root. Should we do a fervent break? Do you feel like we need a fervent break just to like?
What was the fervent one that Mitchell you had me play? That one rocked.
Which one? Oh, Chicken Parm Charlie.
Yes, chicken parm. Oh my gosh, how could I forget that?
I don't even know if I have that one saved. That's Trial Channel's favorite. I need to save that one. I literally don't even have it saved.
Everybody likes rock and roll. It's American.
I know.
We invented it.
Okay, here we'll do. I'll download Chicken Parm Charlie. We'll do Proctor Defender for now for
you know
Corey.
I'm sorry.
And then we'll get started. Okay.
The life of a Proctor Defender. Send some text that might offend you. Lose your gun while you're out on a bender. That's the life of a Proctor Defender. That's the life of a Proctor Defender. That's the life of a Proctor Defender. I don't even know why this is in the news. All of y'all are acting like prudes. Who doesn't like looking at nudes and sharing those nudes with the whole damn crew? Don't come at me with quid pro quo. I love that man, no homo. Not one text that he planted evidence. That means that it is so evident there's no corruption, so what's the relevance? The feds found nothing except for these messages. They say there was a conflict of interest, but really we all had a common interest. Frame Karen Reed and we're in the clear. Then work with Kev on a cold case of beer. The life of a Proctor Defender. Send some text that might offend you. Lose your gun while you're out on a bender. That's the life of a Proctor Defender. That's the life of a Proctor Defender. That's the life of a Proctor Defender. Please judge, don't let these texts out. He's been through enough and he's really stressed out. He's got Kerry Roberts backing him up, got Matt McKay backing him up, the district attorney backing him up, and Yuri, yeah, he gave a thumbs up. How about the Emmy? Not so much. How about the laws of physics? Not so much. How about Michael Easter? Not so much. How about common sense? Definitely not. The silent majority aren't on Twitter. For my man Chip, my hands on the trigger. Today in Canton, it's time to kill some.
No, sorry, Proctor, I can't say that.
The life of a Proctor Defender. Send some text that might offend you. Lose your gun while you're out on a bender. That's the life of a Proctor Defender. Here, Bear, take the mic. Tell him how you feel. Bitch, get out of line. I call her a whack job. Then I wonder why I got fired from my last job. All these Twitter trolls say I'm looking like a fat slob. Tell the FKR crew they're gayer than a flash mob. If I go to jail, please pick the right cellmate. Cause I probably pissed off every single inmate. They say orange is the new black. And as you know, I don't really like black. I can't help that. They annoy me. The only hood I like is white and pointy. Oh!
Okay, Jesus, Bear, please step away from the mic. White and pointy.
Stop, stop, you're making it worse. It's hard to defend you sometimes. The life of a Proctor Defender.
It's the ballad of Chicken Parm Charlie.
Think you're so tough, just come to D&E. And then I'll charge you with a B&E. Gotcha. My son's on the way with your delivery. Hope he doesn't fall and scrape his knuckles. Lord, please. Please stop asking if he was in the house. He came home, said he loved me, and kissed me on the mouth. It's really hard being this badass, but I do fear a few things. I'm glad you asked. I'm scared of turtles. I'm scared of rubber ducks. I'm scared of Brenda Sweeney. I'm scared of everything. I'm scared of turtles. I'm scared of rubber ducks. I'm scared of Brenda Sweeney. I'm scared of everything. Chicken Palm Charlie, I'm a big bad man. Oh wait, that's my brother, so I'll just leech off of him. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't bitter, that I'm known as the runt of the litter. But I'm a selectman, so please respect me, or I'll accuse you of sending dick pics to your daughter. Think my tactics are kinda slimy, but really I'm just really whiny. I'm a bitch. I'm scared of turtles. I'm scared of rubber ducks. I'm scared of Brenda Sweeney. I'm scared of everything. I'm scared of turtles. I'm scared of rubber ducks. I'm scared of Brenda Sweeney. I'm scared of everything. No, I won't fight you. I'll just call the cops. That'll show you. That'll show you. No, I won't fight you. I'll just charge you with witness intimidation. That'll show you. That'll show you. I'm scared of turtles. I'm scared of rubber ducks. I'm scared of Brenda Sweeney. I'm scared of everything. I'm scared of turtles. I'm scared of rubber ducks. I'm scared of Brenda Sweeney. I'm scared of everything. Yeah. My album's on the way, appropriately titled Hit and Run, just like Karen Reed did. Oh wait, just like I did actually scratch that. Have Celebrite delete this. Or Garino.
Fervent, you are a national treasure.
And so is chicken parm.
Yeah.
Love this stuff. I like veal parm too.
Not a fan.
Oh, are you not a veal fan? Well, you don't eat meat though.
I eat meat. Not.
No, you eat like
I'm not, I eat hamburgers. Okay. Now we got to get into
How do
this.
you like your hamburger? How do you like your hamburger?
Medium.
What do you put on it? First of all, do you use a bun? Do you eat it on a bun?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like just the whatever comes on, like a lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup. I had a burger with meatball last week before the debate.
Well, a burger and meatballs sounds good.
No, not with not with meatball the person.
Cool though. I'll tell you what, give me like a meatball cheeseburger, some provolone on there,
Just eat all the meat.
Yeah, like you have the meatballs on top of the burger. It'd be awesome. I really was thinking, man, this chick knows how to eat. Okay.
Meatball the person. Okay. We need to get into this because I need to go to bed so that I can.
What did Meatball eat?
Meatball had the steak tips, right? Did you get the steak tips? And we shared onion rings.
Onion rings. But now, what tonight? I'm picky
What?
about onion rings. Are you picky about onion rings?
No.
I mean, I like them all, but do you like beer battered onion rings?
I'm not picky.
There's a
Enjoy
big
your work
difference
event, Fervent.
Oh, by Fervent. There's a big difference between Burger King onion rings and like hand battered.
Yeah. Oh, I don't eat Burger King or McDonald's.
There you go.
Yeah. Because I never had it when I was a kid, and I feel like if you don't have it when you're a kid, then it's not. Yeah. People left steak tips in the car. I knew that was a stupid idea. She was like, I'm gonna come back and eat them. I was like, it's 85 degrees outside. It's disgusting.
Don't leave lettuce in the car.
Don't you leave anything in the car when it's 85
Like
degrees
kids,
out.
boy, people get mad about that one.
Or a dog if you're Tim Taylor from the Canton Police Department. Okay, we got to get into this because I need to go to bed so that I can drive in the morning early.
You're driving?
Yes, to the Berkshires. Okay, we're going to change our focus now to Juston Root. And we're going to start today just going through the content that his sister has created to spread the word about what happened to her brother. She has been put in the absurd position of needing to be his advocate, which she never should have needed to in the first place. But because she was put in that position, she has been an unbelievable advocate for years and years and years and years. It's been 6 years now since Juston Root was killed, and we're going to learn more about what happened. And she has only picked up steam and only gotten stronger and only gotten louder. And she's the kind of advocate that, like, the reason why I wanted to do this show is she came on the fundraiser for Adam Deitch last week. And she's the kind of person that when you see how much she's had to sacrifice in her life just to get the word out and to get people motivated to learn about her brother, it makes you feel like, well, shoot, the least that I can do is like spread the word with her. And the least I can do is like listen. And the least I can do is like advocate alongside of her, because this is her, like, she hasn't even been able to grieve because she's had to be fighting this whole time. And let's talk about why. The other thing you'll realize about why it kind of ties into all of this is it's a lot of this, you're going to recognize a lot of the same names. It's kind of like all the things at once. It's like the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, plus the Massachusetts State Police, plus corruption, plus cover up, plus incompetence. So we're going to start here in a petition that I'm going to post the link to in the chat. And if you feel motivated, you can click it and sign it. It is a petition to support an independent investigation into the killing of Juston Root. So something that never happened. And let's get, I'm just going to start, we're just going to read through what she's created because nobody's done it better. It says, support an independent investigation into the killing of Juston Root. On February 7th, 2020, Juston Root, an unarmed man experiencing a mental health crisis, was shot 31 times at point-blank range by 5 Boston police officers and 1 Massachusetts state trooper. He was on the ground, profusely bleeding, clearly incapacitated, and had nothing in his hands. He posed no threat. Yet, Norfolk District Attorney Michael Morrissey concluded the investigation in just 30 days, bypassing a grand jury, declining independent review, and offering little public transparency. This expedited process failed to meet the standards of a thorough and impartial investigation. What really happened? Juston was just steps from his longtime mental health clinic located next to Brigham and Women's Hospital campus, where he received treatment for nearly a decade. When a hospital security guard, after briefly speaking with him and shaking his hand, falsely reported that Juston had threatened to shoot him. The security guard later recounted observing something clear in Juston's waist that he thought could be a gun. In reality, it was an unmistakably oversized clear plastic paintball marker with a chimney-like piece protruding above the waistline, off to the side and mostly concealed by his long dark coat. It was February, just a reminder, so that makes sense that he was wearing that. Juston had committed no crime and had walked away peacefully. When Boston police arrived, they opened fire within minutes, discharging 15 rounds. The first officer approached Juston with no attempt at de-escalation, getting within 36 inches, and shot the clear paintball marker in half, leaving only the handle in his right hand. 1 bullet ricocheted and struck a hospital valet in the head. Despite being seriously wounded and bleeding heavily, Juston managed to slowly drive away. 7 minutes later, after crashing his vehicle, he staggered out, having nearly lost 2,000 cc's of blood, and collapsed in a mulch bed near a supermarket parking lot, unarmed and barely conscious. A civilian EMT rushed to his side to provide aid, but officers rapidly approached with guns drawn and ordered her to leave. Fearing for her safety, she reluctantly left his side. Seconds later, one officer kicked Juston before they formed a semicircle and fired 31 bullets into him. Though he was on the ground, covered in blood, clearly incapacitated, and unarmed, he posed no threat, and he never stood a chance. Only one body-worn camera was recording, but its lens became obstructed, likely by the officer's arm, and the footage goes dark just before and during the shooting. District Attorney Michael Morrissey cleared all 6 officers in Juston's killing in just 30 days. His office's report, 1, what were you going to say?
No, I was just adjusting.
His office's report omitted critical eyewitness testimony from the civilian EMT who tried to save Juston's life. 2, left out key evidence. 3, failed to consider any outside review. 4, reflected the same institutional failures seen in other cases he's overseen, including those of Karen Reed, Officer John O'Keefe, and Sandra Birchmore. These cases share the same DA and in some instances the same investigators, including former trooper Michael Proctor, who is now under scrutiny for his role in the Karen Reed case. And then it says, take action. Sign the petition below, and you'll be prompted to send a pre-written letter that you can personalize. Once submitted, it will be emailed directly to the U.S. Attorney's Office for Massachusetts and the Massachusetts Attorney General's Office. Real accountability starts with the truth. Help us demand it now. And that link that I will post again is where you can get to that petition. Thoughts?
Heck of a pattern in it.
So far. Hi, boozy friends. Yeah. Thoughts in the intro to what happened.
Right? I mean, it's that sucks. Like, see, it's not fair. Like, I don't know. I say it's not fair. It's not fair what I off the top of my head. Like, I want to have a conversation with you. Like, it'd be like just like sitting around, you know, just talking. Like, because like I would be like, this is insane. Like, where do you go back to? Where does it all begin? But I don't know how to make that into a conversation that's worth listening to for others. But it's just I don't know. It's weird. It's the, you know, so like when for me, and I'm an outsider, right? I've never been. I'm not allowed in Massachusetts, and
you should come visit.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, I really always wanted to spend Thanksgiving up there. I wanted to do the whole Plymouth Rock thing, but anyway, take Juston, like the whole mental breakdown, the whole hospital, the whole gun shooting, all that stuff away. To me, like that stuff, I mean, that's the hard life of being a cop too. And it doesn't matter. That isn't the for me. It's not the point. The point is that then you see they decide to do an investigation. And look at the names that are brought up that are doing the investigating. And then when you see like how they've done recently, I don't have any faith in it. I don't have any faith. And so all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, is this even a true story? You know, or is this just a story? Was he waffled? Did he hold his drink while they were shooting? I mean, like, I'm not trying to make fun of it. I mean, it is a horrible tragedy, but it's.
But I feel like what these cases all kind of have in common is the question of like, is it incompetence or is it a corruption cover up, or is it like at what point did the incompetence then require the corruption and cover up? Because in his case, I don't even think that anybody is insinuating that he was like targeted or anything beyond them being extremely incompetent from the jump and handling the entire situation completely wrong. And then at that point, when did the was the that's what it is. It's willful incompetence. It's we don't know what we're doing and we don't care to learn and we don't care to look into who made the mistake, aka like not knowing how to handle a situation.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I think Zach has pretty much the way it feels. Like if anywhere else, like you want to hear the other side of the story, and you want to, there's that we're quick to judge in social media world of what happened, and then we realize well, the footage there was 15 seconds before, where you say like, oh no, that's not the full story. And so it's that whole look at both sides thing. But here it's with Canton and that whole area and Morrissey.
It's, I mean, Michael Morrissey is the one person that ties all of these together. So everything else is like a combination. Fanning's in this one and that one, but not that one. And Proctor's in this one and that one, but not this one. And Michael Morrissey is all of them. I'm looking at the kind of like graphic organizers that his sister has created. And I'm just only worried that like YouTube doesn't love this stuff. I don't think that one you can really see. But the idea also that, see, this is going to be hard to cover. I'm sorry I didn't do more on the front end of this. I like really haven't had time at all this week. This was in, whoops, somebody just asked when this was. February 7th, 2020. But I'm wondering how much this is going to be a harder one to like show pictures and videos from the actual incident, because there is a lot of pews on police's end featured, not on his end because he did not have one.
Airsoft. It was all airsoft.
Yeah, but
And, I don't think YouTube likes that anymore.
And this is the other part. So Scott McGinnis just said it all started off with the ricochet hitting the valet. The police radio calls were reporting Juston shot at police. Juston didn't even have a real gun. Then there was the car chase, and then it ended with a bad shoot. There was 31 rounds. So it's
I remember that all guns are real when you're the target.
But the other thing to keep in mind is that it was the police that created an unsafe situation for everybody around. So like the valet is lucky to be alive right now because the police were not competent with their firearms.
And most cops aren't. I mean, that's just facts. It's like people expect the police to be able to do all, like know about guns and all stuff. Most cops, they don't ever go to a shooting range. I mean, they go once a year to qualify, and the qualification is simple. Holy cow, man. It's like get 20 out of 50 shots on the target at 7 yards.
Yeah. Actually, one thing I want to show you guys, share this tab instead. One thing I want to show you guys is up here on the FOIA site. So this is on FOIAandfindout.com. You can now share this tab instead. You can now get all of the documents. And like I said, his sister has just been an unbelievable advocate. So there is so much stuff under here that you can go to see. I don't want to pull anything up that's going to be like too sensitive. I should have done this ahead.
Yeah, don't risk your channel for that.
And not just that, just like
for
everybody's kind of like own peace of mind. But it's all up there. It's FOIAandfindout.com. I'm so sorry I didn't have more time that's why I put part 1, because I knew I wasn't gonna have time.
Don't apologize. You've got I feel it's amazing you can donate this time to us.
But what I did want to find, something I found really interesting when I was first digging through all of this. This is also Norfolk County, good old Norfolk County. But what's really interesting is that this is Norfolk County plus the Massachusetts State Police, but plus the Boston Police. So that's like new characters who also are bad. And something I found really interesting when I was digging through the documents that they shared with me was, first I was kind of like, oh, wow, like there's a lot more here. And it's like not redacted in a way that like the like Karen Reed stuff is. Like we get the Karen Reed documents and it's like all redacted. And I'm like, what is this? And at first I was like, oh, they're being like really transparent. And then it dawned on me, and I might be wrong about this, I haven't like poured over it enough, but then it dawned on me that it feels transparent in the way that Proctor and Yuri's interview with Lucky was transparent, in that it was the one that they recorded out of all the interviews in John O'Keefe's investigation. And it's because they wanted to use that, number one, to protect themselves, and number two, to use against Aiden. And so then suddenly I like had a new lens as that I was looking through these, where it was like, well, this is like a police interview with a police who's trying to save his own butt. So like, yeah, the whole transcript is all laid out. So like, okay, so for example, there's this folder of transcript of the officers who shot, and that might not. Oh yeah. So look, they have a full, like, for anybody who's gone through any of the Karen Reed documents, you will know that this is brand new. Oh, all of a sudden there's a full transcript back and forth. Who said what? Then they said this, then they said that. And I was like, oh, this is really transparent. And then I was like, no, this is because they're trying to like cover their own butts. Maybe. I don't know for sure. This is just my own take on all of this.
Police union has a lot to do with it. Every time a police officer is involved in a shooting, they have their own representation. That's why as soon as a cop shoots somebody, they immediately turn everything off and they stop talking, because they're not allowed to talk until the police. And that's why they're put on leave right after a shooting.
Not before, in this case, not before they said something like, oh, they on the body cam, it picked up one of the officers saying something along the lines of like, I got that MFer or something like that. And
there's a lot of adrenaline going on in a gunfight.
Well, and then maybe they need to spend, like you were just talking about going to the range, like maybe they need to spend some more time at the range doing more like adrenaline simulations, so that they're prepared. Like you're going to an area that is a mental health facility in one of the best cities for hospitals in the country. This is to be expected, is that you might have somebody suffering a mental health crisis, and you're going to need to know how to respond to that. And this is not the response that like of civilized society expects when there's an unarmed person who needs help.
So like one of my things, this goes back to politics, right? Like it's always, teachers need more money and stuff, and everything. But you never hear people say firemen need a raise, police officers need a raise. And one of the things that hit me was that if you use the same argument, is that if you have better quality candidates, if you make the job tempting. Like if there's enough money involved to be a cop, I'd be a cop. Yeah. And so a lot of these, and I'm talking specifically about Tennessee, I know counties where the sheriff's deputies, the first year sheriff's deputies, there was about.
Like, why do they have these? Sorry, that just annoyed me as we were saying that. I'm like looking through this, and it's like they have parts of this like bold and italicized as if it's like, this is the important part we want you to know. Like, this officer saw the object coming out and was afraid. I was afraid. I was afraid. I'm sorry. I was afraid. Well,
yeah.
You were afraid you were going to get shot by not a gun. So.
Yeah, but you don't know it's not a gun.
Right. But there has to be a way that like police officers are better at responding than just laymen, because and the reason why that becomes really clear think about this. In Juston's case, they had already shot him. He got into his car, he drove for 7 minutes, he got out of the car and he's bleeding, and a civilian EMT looked at him, assessed the situation, thought this person needs help and also is not a threat. I can see that they're not a threat, and they ran over to go help him. And next thing they know, police are yelling at her to run away and are now executing him. Like, he would have gotten better help from the random person on the side of the civilian that was just standing there than he ended up getting from the police officers who were supposed to keep him and us safe.
He brought a gun.
He didn't have a gun.
Nobody knows that. I mean, I don't know if it's a gun. look, it's so
But
thing like
see
this.
that no police
I'm
no I can't buy that. I can't live in a society where I'm okay with police officers saying that anything is a gun and they're scared of it.
no. I'm very fortunate that I don't.
Just to be very clear, he didn't have a gun.
No.
He didn't have it. He did
I'm
not
very
have
fortunate.
a gun.
The exact thing happened to me very recently. I'm very fortunate to live in a society where just because someone has a gun, they don't react like this. But this was.
But he didn't have a gun. So I can't I'm not okay with.
There's a federal law that all toy guns have to have an orange barrel because
he didn't have a
of
toy
kids
gun.
being
He
shot.
didn't. He had a clear glass. I'll pull up a picture of it. He didn't have, and I'm not okay with police officers just claiming that anything that they thought it was a gun. Yeah. Because it can't, then it's, that I thought that cell phone was a gun, and I thought that this was a gun. I thought that, and no, there has to be. What?
Don't point cell phones at cops. They're telling you, stop, put your hands up. Don't turn around and point your cell phone at them. People have been shot over that too.
I'm going to find you a picture. It's a clear plastic.
What it looks like. Looks like a Beretta 8000. The Cougar.
But
it's all about training. It's all about
training. Right. And that's what I'm saying is that, and at a certain point, there has to be a district attorney's office that says, well, shit, we should get to the bottom of this because I'm not going to pull that up. We need to be able to get to the bottom of this so that in the future, when something like this presents itself again, we're sure that we have officers on duty that are trained to be able to know the difference between clear plastic and a firearm, and who are willing to keep our community safe by not acting impulsively the second that they say that they're scared of anything and everything. And instead, we have a district attorney who spent 30 days saying hey, did you do everything right? Looks good. Did you do everything right? Looks good. Okay, no problems here. And leaves a grieving family with no answers about why this had to happen.
I mean, I agree. I mean, it's a horrible thing. I'm just trying to look at the other side, though. Cops, they want to get home to their families, and I'm not talking about the Canton police. Okay, I mean, it's like Zach said. I mean, after everything we've learned, or I've learned, it's a weird place. I mean, the one time I looked up something about Morrissey, it was God, how long ago was that? Yeah, it was forever ago. And some guy was he got off for sex trafficking because of a technicality, and Morrissey just he happened to be the district attorney, and it was a weird thing, and it is a pattern. And it's awful. It's a horrible thing. I don't know.
I think that police and the general public look at situations like this with a little bit too much of the lens that you just said, which is they want to get home to their families. Of course they do. Everybody does. And police should also want the people that they are protecting to get home to their families. And when somebody does not pose a threat, this man had already lost 4 liters of blood. He's laying on the ground. You can see his hands, and you can see that there is absolutely nothing posing a threat. That is when they stood in a semicircle around him and executed him with 31 bullets. So this was not the beginning of the interaction. This was not when they weren't sure what was in his hands. This wasn't when they were feeling a little bit scared. That was 7 minutes earlier. He had already driven away from that situation.
Yeah.
They executed a bleeding man laying on the ground and then congratulated each other about it and said, I got that MFR. And told a random civilian to stop trying to help him so that they could execute him. So this is not, and I think that because we all kind of feel like we need to tiptoe around these situations because we do respect the police and we do respect good policing and trained, qualified police officers, that we kind of feel like we have to do this dance where it's like, yeah, but we don't know what was going on in their heads at the time. Well, we didn't know what they thought. Oh, it could be mistaken for a firearm. Well, that they should not be us. I should not be able to get into the head of a police officer because they should be much more trained than I am. Like, Cusco Wright just said they looked up the paintball gun and it could be mistaken for a real gun. Like, yeah, to me, a layperson, sure, but to a police officer who's trained in identifying firearms, it should be like so silly. It would be like me trying to identify if that was like a crayon or a marker, like something.
I don't know. But cops aren't really trained at all.
Well,
Barney Fife is the thing. And that's the thing. So, like when you say like a police officer is trained to identify, they're not. They got to do a simple. I mean, look, they have to pass a physical test. But have you ever seen a skinny cop?
Well, and this is my point: is if the least, I mean, starting at the very end, the least that we could do is have a district attorney that is willing to dig into a tragic situation like this and figure out what went wrong. Just even start with figuring it out, not even taking steps to change it, but just, hey, what went wrong here? Because that man should have gotten help, not killed.
Did any of the this town mayor or anybody like that, were they saying anything about it? Because your legislative body's the one that pays the police, right? Like ultimately they answer to the legislature.
I need to dig more into the documents to be able to answer that for sure.
Because that's where you have your effect. Like that is where you go, like, wait a second, you guys are just letting this happen. Like you this isn't okay for you to, because I'm assuming like most towns, they appoint the chief of police. And so they're either appointed by the mayor or by the county, or the city legislative body. So you guys are sitting here just saying this is okay. Like, I mean, it's a
well, no, I think
institutional
that's the point, is that I want to make sure that we're not just sitting here saying that's okay. And that's what his sister's been fighting for so long.
I agree. I mean, it's a horrible thing. And but they're going to get into the mind of the voter. I mean, the voter, it goes back down to it. Your neighbors, they want this. They're okay with this because they voted for it. That's the sad truth of a republic.
I think that's the other thing, is that this is an important time for us, because we have the election coming up, to say Greg Connor is Michael Morrissey, and Michael Morrissey looked at all of this and said, nothing to see here. And I said this on the fundraiser, but I think it's on us that if somebody like Juston Root's sister, Jen, who has been fighting for his case to just be looked at, not even, oh, I want this person punished, I want this end. She just wants an independent investigation to dig into what really happened, to see what needs to be corrected for the future. If she is somebody who is advocating for Adam Deitch to be the next district attorney, because that is who her livelihood is, like, she feels comfortable in his hands, then I think it's on us for us to make that happen for her. Kylie, Mother of Ducks, said, I get I'm screaming into the void, but if you consider for just a minute how EMS and fire manage these exact same patients, you realize cops have no excuse. Why is EMS
they will not go into a hostile situation. The police have to neutralize the subject first. That's
and
pretty much
just to be clear, this man was bleeding on the ground. And I think that's where these things can get lost.
But he could still be a threat. If he was a threat, he could still be a threat.
And I think that this is where an independent investigation is really important because he wasn't not a threat, but we never really get to the bottom of that. We never get to the bottom of why nobody's, or that I know of. Like I said, I haven't dug fully into these documents, so I could be wrong about this, but we never really
remember,
get to the bottom.
if there's a shooting, cops, like the guy can be clearly dead and cops still put him in handcuffs.
Thank God. Kyle and Alyssa. I've been waiting for that name. Okay, sorry. Yeah, they could have put him in hand. I mean, they could have tased him. They could have done anything. I think
No,
that it is
when cops will do that when they're dead. If the suspect is there's a shootout and they end up killing person, they still put him in handcuffs.
Right. I hate that. I don't think that's a good thing. I think that's
police don't have the authority to declare somebody dead. They're not a medical professional.
Just to be clear, again, we are right. Just because somebody is almost dead or maybe already dead does not. Again, we're losing the thread of like this person is a threat versus this person I am in a battle with. Yeah, a cop kicked him on the. I forgot about that. A cop kicked him on the ground, and he.
I mean, I don't know why the cop.
See, you've been a little bit. I'm gonna just be perfectly honest. You've been a little bit brainwashed by this like propaganda because.
No, I'm just telling you the way that
police officers aren't even in the top 10 most dangerous jobs. Do you know that?
Yeah.
And by the way,
I don't care what they are. It's what their procedure is. They have to follow a set of rules.
Right. And that
goes back to your legislature.
And I promise you that at the police academy, the procedure is not to kick a suspect on the ground, see that he doesn't move, and then shoot him 31 times. I'm positive that is not.
People. I mean, that goes back to what we said originally. There's this you have a bad situation there. It's very bad.
And in this case, the bad people were the police officers. I know that is like shocking to you because you've been brainwashed by this propaganda, but
no,
the bad people.
You'd be surprised how opposite I am with that.
The bad people in this situation were the police officers. They didn't follow the rules. Juston
remember the beginning of the show you talked about seeing the other side? They're just saying the other side of it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying any of this is right. I feel bad for this person. I've never one time said anything about this was good and the right thing. There are, though, however, certain things that they have to happen. And it's just the way our society is. It's the way the society works. And that's why I asked about the legislative body, because they're the ones that are in charge of the police. And Morrissey is a horrible person. I don't understand why there's a state trooper in that office. I don't understand how all this different stuff happens. I don't understand. Evidently, Boston's involved. They're not any better. It's just weird. And that's why I think I'm totally banned from Massachusetts.
E. Chase also said they did a pit maneuver, and the Boston Police Department are not authorized to do a pit maneuver, nor are they trained to do them. So it's like, yeah, there are bad people out there. And in this case, it was the police officers. It was the people that are supposed to protect us. And I appreciate this, that Lori is saying each of you have valid points. And I think this goes back to why what Jen Root is advocating for is just an independent investigation, is just an investigation by a body that is not protective of one side or the other, that is just trying to get to the bottom of what happened so that it doesn't happen again, so that these officers that were clearly incompetent in this situation aren't the ones who were dependent on again. And it's been 6 years of her advocating for this, and she hasn't been able to get that. And then on top of it, Proctor's involved. We didn't even get to Proctor.
Well, that's what you should have started with. Well, I mean,
yeah, Mizzy said there are not two sides, they execute. I mean, when there is an unarmed innocent person who needs help and they're executed on the side of a very busy street, to the point that at first a valet is just shot in the head, an innocent bystander, by the police. That's a problem. The police made that
That's a
situation
separate incident.
unsafe.
That's
No,
a whole separate incident.
It's the same
Think about it,
incident.
they left that whole they left that area. They did everything. That's a whole separate shooting. Like, time passed between those two things. They weren't
7
happening at the
minutes.
same
It
time.
got even worse. So they
So
shot an
what
innocent
happened to the
person,
guy?
and then
What
they
happened
thought
with that investigation
nothing.
about
It's all
shooting
the
the
same
innocent
thing.
person?
It's
See, I
all
haven't
part of the
seen it.
same thing. There was never an independent investigation, and Morrissey cleared it all in 30 days. 30 days later,
Oh,
he
that
said,
sounds.
nothing to see here.
I'm
Everybody's
surprised it took him 30 days.
fine. I know, right?
Yeah.
He was basically just waiting for all the paperwork to come in. It's really bad.
Yeah, it is.
And
It
it's
absolutely is. But what it does for think about where we are today. I mean, because this was 6 years ago. It shows a pattern. You know, it shows a pattern. And the only thing I know, a lot of people are upset because I'm not taking their side, just like Emily said at the beginning of this. But it's not because I'm not sympathetic or think I'm not rooting for anybody. But you have to have a better argument, though, than things that are just they are police protocol. I mean, you know, once you get past that, then you can focus on what is the topic, what your winning argument will be. You don't just throw out. You don't want a word salad. You know, you want to have
which
a
is
very
why I
focused
think
and concise message.
Which is why I think the fact that Jen Root has been advocating just for an independent body to investigate what happened and get to the bottom of it and where things went wrong and what should have been done instead is why, like, Massachusetts is a less safe place today, because they opted not to do that, because mental health crises are not stopping and toy firearms are still in people's hands, and the same exact scenario could present itself again. And because this case set the precedent that they did absolutely nothing wrong, it's giving police officers in the future the go ahead, the green light to do exactly the same thing that these officers did, and that makes our whole state less safe.
Like, the whole, like, toy guns and kids and all that stuff.
I'm sorry.
That's why there is federal legislation that toy guns have to have a orange tip on them. And airsoft, which is very popular sport, which is, it's like a miniature, you're shooting a miniature paintball. They have to have orange tips, but yet it amazes me how accurate you know, where airsoft gets all they have this huge following. It all comes from Japan, and it's amazing the stuff they're bringing out, how detailed they are. But they have to have an orange tip to be sold in the United States. BB guns don't. BB guns, pellet guns, they're all taken off there. It's just and there's nothing to stop you from having a real gun and painting an orange tip on it. So that's why I've looked into that before. I walked away without an answer.
31 times is excessive force. Can we agree on that?
No, there's actual psychological studies on it, that when you start to pull the trigger of a gun, because if you're in fear of your life, you're so hyped up that you will keep pulling after you're out of bullets. You'll go click, 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 click. Like, so a revolver will go click, 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 click. Semi-automatic, you know, that locks back. But that is, you can look that up. That is a very, very out there psychological thing. For someone to strike a death blow to you, they only have to be within 21 feet. It takes 1.5 seconds for them to come at you with a knife and put a wound into you that would kill you.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to leave you with tonight, because I do need to go to bed early and I can't keep doing this all night.
Because I've aggravated you.
No. I told you from the very beginning I don't have a lot of time tonight, and but here's a theoret. No, I don't want you to.
I've never once been against this. Like, I agree with the 31 shots being excessive. I absolutely agree with that. That's training. But psychologically, it says different. I've never believed it until I looked into it.
I think what I need to prepare more for us to have this conversation in the future is to make this a less theoretical conversation and more specific to what happened in this situation, which is on me to pull up the documents and be able to look through the actual paperwork versus kind of talking more theoretically about like this could be how somebody is feeling. I do want to leave you with this question though, because this is something
the subject away.
Well, right. And we could do either one of those things. We could either have a bigger picture, like theoretical conversation about like what and if we're going to do that, I want to take it away from Juston's case because I don't want it to feel like we're having
I
this
don't want to
conversation
affect that at all. Like that, it's horrible. Can you? I couldn't imagine it. I mean, it's absolutely horrible.
So like we could go both those routes in the future, but one of them we'll look specifically at the documents from his case and the other one would be like a bigger picture, kind of like what does our world look like with police officers who can just say, oh, I felt scared. And then that is their protection absolutely and forever, no matter what. And they know that, and you know that, and it doesn't, and it's not always
now
true.
Everybody understands why I was upset about being swatted. It's 100% it. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to show up. Yeah. And here I am. I'm like Juston on that, but I mean, think about it like that, because that could have happened to me just last week or 2 weeks ago. And listen to what I'm saying. I'm making that other side, that other argument. But I'm making an argument not on the side of feelings, not on the side of like, people that did it, whoever did it. I'm talking about the side of what the guy who showed up. I really feel bad for that guy.
The police officer?
Yeah. He was totally.
So here's my last question that I think that you and I will disagree about, but
why?
Because it has.
I haven't disagreed with a single thing you said tonight.
If
would you not be disappointed in me if I didn't say to ask challenging questions?
No, I would like that you do. My
you can tell she's flustered with me. It's cute.
No, I'm flustered. I'm flustered that it's already 11 and I need to go to bed because I need to wake up early and drive. That's the part that I swear I like having, and I don't want to disrespect. This is why I kind of want to. I want to like separate this conversation of like bigger picture stuff from like what actually happened to Juston Root, because I'm not mad, because I don't want to disrespect like his memory or the work that his sister is doing, because those are two separate things. It's like we could have a bigger picture conversation about what like police officers in general think and feel and need, and then that is separate from what happened. The fact that what happened to Juston Root is an injustice and is inexcusable, and the fact that it was excused by the district attorney is unacceptable. That said, the question I want to say, pulled away from this kind of zoomed out, is if guns scare police officers so much to the point that they can use that fear to justify any action. The idea of a gun. A cell phone looked like a gun. I thought it was a gun. He had something in his pants that made me think it might be a gun. YouTube's going to hate me that I just said that word so many times. Why?
No, because they know you're going to go to the beach and show off your guns.
Why are police unions not the number one advocates for gun control in America? If they're that scared and that fear is so pervasive that it literally can be used as a get out of jail free card to kill innocent people, why are they not on the number one front lines advocating for gun control in America? You don't need an answer. I don't even want to know.
Oh, I know the reason. Right, I had this one early on because because of gun control in Massachusetts, the cops acted differently than the cops acted in Tennessee. To me, just 2 weeks ago.
Well, those are two different situations.
Mm-hmm.
You were not having a mental health crisis.
Oh, That might be questionable. I was very stressed, but they came. It's Tennessee. The guy was like, "Yeah, everybody's got a gun, right?" And I was like, "Yes, sir, we all do." And that's the difference. It's the culture. We talked earlier at the beginning of this conversation. It was culture. Of course, we were talking about Proctor though, and that just kind of felt weird. I just want a good ribbon sandwich.
I've had this conversation a lot because Hooray said, "What is my position on children and toy guns?" I never let my students ever even like make toy guns with Legos or anything like that, because what do they do with those toy guns? They make a toy gun and then they go pew, 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 pew. And if we are to envision that kids are in like acting the way that they would want, like, oh, like I'm playing doctor and I'm pretending, I'm playing chef and I'm cooking, I'm doing, oh, well, if you're pretending that that is a toy gun, then you're pretending that you just shot everybody in this room. And I'm not okay with that in your game or otherwise. So that was never allowed in my classroom. The end. And then this came up, the reason why I'm laughing is because this came up on Facebook once with some family members that are very pro all the other things that are opposite from me. And they said, well, what if they're pretending to be a police officer? And then I said, well, then they should practice not killing innocent people now. They didn't like that very much.
I'll tell you what, you come down to Dollywood, I'll put a machine gun in your hands.
No. I mean, I personally...
We'll go to the range. Yeah, we can go to the range. We'll ruin.
No. I will go my entire life without ever touching a gun. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't like them. I think the world would be a better place if they never existed.
I mean, little boys don't like little girls. But, I mean, we get... Good thing that changes.
I don't think that everybody needs to think the same way that I do. I don't feel like that about most things.
Listen, I've never invited anybody else. So
yeah, Erin can go with you. Erin Gobra said she'll go. She can take my spot.
Of course she would.
Okay, I need to go to bed because I can't be tired tomorrow. And I will be back next week, refreshed and relaxed, and hopefully
with somebody different.
No,
well, last
never.
Oh,
Never.
it is.
I just need to. No, this is my own fault that I'm not more prepared. Like I want to be able to have. I want to be able to like know. No, but I want to be able to know the like documents, like be able to pull things up and quote from them and like talk about it. It is going to be a little bit trickier with like a lot of the pictures are not.
Imagine how prepared you're going to be once you learn how firearms work.
No, thank you.
So awesome.
I am going to put a link in the chat.
Break down an AR and put it back together.
No, I'm not interested in that.
I'm going to name an AR, Emily. I'm just kidding with you now, but that's the difference. I mean, it's so like I'm just the whole thing. I'm just kind of goofing on you with though is the difference. But some people don't like. I don't like snakes. Some people don't mind snakes. I don't want to touch a snake. I don't ever want to touch one. I don't ever want to pick one up. They're all poisonous. They're all trying to kill me, and they want to eat me, and they throw fire out of their mouth. I hate snakes.
Okay, I'm going to bed. I'll see you when I get home from the Berkshires. I hope you guys all have a lovely
do yourself a favor and take lots of pictures. You take the best pictures.
And please,
Donna,
everybody, keep the drama at bay while I'm gone. And
that's right. When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Yeah, that's what happened last time. Literally, I went to Florida.
Yeah, it was.
And Drama Free is the Life for Me blew up. I literally went away for a weekend and everybody was like, oh no.
Do you realize you go away, drama goes everywhere? The week I wasn't, we didn't have Squirrel School. What happened? What happened?
Why Toodaloo just made me laugh. Yeah, exactly. We didn't have Squirrel School for 1 week and you're still suffering the consequences.
I truly am.
Why is Toodaloo so
I'm very
funny?
blessed
I
to
love
be
that.
here.
Toodaloo.
I love you guys. Please, guys,
Good night.
just be chill, okay? We don't hate each other because anything.
Yes.
But Emily
Oh,
hates me
yeah. Toodaloo.
Good night.
Okay, good
Thank
night.
you.
I'm going to bed now.
Thank you so
You
much.
guys are the best.
I was sitting here going like you got hit in the end.
I'm going to bed and it's not 2:00 in the morning. We did it.
Oh, I
Good
won't be in
night.
bed till 2.
I'm going to bed right now, immediately. Good night.
I'm gonna do try to do.
If you need a place to breathe, some stress to just relieve, then come watch Emily see, where we keep it drama free. We want justice for John O'Keefe, Aiden and Kelsey, waved bye-bye to Morrissey. Let's clean up Norfolk County. Emily C, the one we need, reading sidebars with Corey, writing Hank diaries, giving the people what they need. It's my pleasure to entertain, keeping you laughing makes my day. Positivity all the way. Why do we tell Satan not today? And now it's time to say goodbye. But before we say goodnight, just keep one thing in mind. Please like, comment, subscribe.